Hey guys, Tim here with the Long Hair Gardener, and today it's all about planning up this year's annuals. I just got back from visiting my family where we visited 5 different greenhouses back in my hometown in rural central Pennsylvania. So I have an amazing plant haul here, and today I'm just going to focus on getting them in the ground or in the pots. I'm not going to go over great detail about each plant. The focus is just getting them planted. So let me just do a little quick sweep here so you can see all the different plants. So I've already have gone around and just, like, there's a box down here. I've gone around, you can see some right here. I've kind of sprinkled them around, just kind of set them in the pots for right now. Got lots of soil. Just so I know where I'm putting everything. So the first step is going to be, let me just take these guys out of here. So most of the pots have some space in them because I like to replace the top few inches with new soil, and I'm also going to sprinkle some fertilizer in here. So the first step is going to be adding the fertilizer and putting the plants in the ground. All right, I'm going to start right here with these window boxes. The soil is a few inches from the top, and I am now going to just sprinkle in some of this plant food. This is a slow release formula that fertilizes up to 6 months, which is perfect because that's about how long my growing season is. So in the bottom planter here, I'm going to put in this amazing black petunia. This is a sun-loving plant, so it should do really well here. This is the blackest plant I have ever seen. All right, so we have 2 of these. And then in between the 2 petunias, there is this gazania. All right, next in the top planter, I have a purple hyacinth bean vine. This one did not come in a pot. It just kind of started growing, which is great. So I'm going to put this in the back of this pot. All right, I may put in maybe 2 more seeds of this particular plant. It does grow from seed very quickly. So I'm not worried about that taking too long to catch up with the other one, but we have a good start here. In the front of this pot, I'm also going to put in a peachy keen verbena. So I have 2 of those. Right next to the verbena, I'm going to put in this white licorice plant, or helichrysum. It is rooted in here really well. Let's see if I can get it out. Okay, perfect. Verbena number 2. These are rooted pretty well, but I'm not really going to worry about breaking up the roots too much. Helichrysum number 2. All right, I think that's gonna look really good. Now it's time to just go back in here and fill around the plants with soil. All right, the first section is finished and I think it looks pretty good. Do want to point out that I do like to fill my pots with soil right up to the line here, because once I water this, the soil will compact a little and fall below the pot line, but I like to bring it right up to the top to start off with. All right, this guy is done. I think we can move right next door here. I'm just going to put this Dichondra Silver Falls around this pineapple plant. All right, like I said, this is a Dichondra Silver Falls, so this is going to cascade over the edges of this pot, which is exactly what I want to happen. This plant rather grows very quickly and is easy to propagate, and also it's a pretty resilient plant. So what I'm going to do is come in here and divide this, because there is more than one plant in this pot. So what I'm trying to do here is to get 3 separate plants, which is definitely possible. All right, and I'm just gonna put it around the edge or border of this pot so that it can cascade out over the sides. All right, I think that's gonna look really good. Moving on up here to the tall pot. So I actually have some plants in here that are not going to go in here, but I will be putting in this. This particular one is called Rose, but this is a lantana. Going to be putting this in the front corner. I have this Plectranthus. This is a guacamole variety. I love the yellowy chartreuse leaves against the dark portion of the leaves, and then they have this amazing purple underbellies and purple stems. So I really love that plant. In the center, I'm going to do this deep purple salvia. It is a little darker. I think it will look good. Hopefully the other plants will bring a little color. I tend to go dark on my plants, so hopefully it's not too dark in this particular pot. But I'm also going to put, not this particular one, but a canna that has some brightly colored leaves, and then I have another canna, which is a Tropicana Gold, which will helpfully accent that Plectranthus that I was just showing you. So let's go ahead and get these in the ground. All right, and just to tie in the Silver Falls from down below, I am going to squeeze a small piece here in the front. Okay, this one is all done. I think it is maybe a little bit darker, starting off a little bit darker than I was hoping, but I think once it gets going here, the chartreuse will complement the chartreuse in the Tropicana Gold, and we will get a little pop of color here with this Lantana, which will hopefully complement or bring out some of the purple in the stems, the dark purple of the salvia, and then some of the colors up here in the Tropicana. But overall, I think we are good in this section. I'm just gonna water it in really good now before I move on to the next area, because some of these plants are a little dry. All right, the next thing I'm gonna work on are these 3 planters up here. Now this area gets intense sun, so I am not gonna overload the pots with a lot of plants because they just dry out too quickly, and I really can't maintain the water that they need in order to flourish. So I'm going to do just a small amount of plants. I'm going to go ahead and put this sweet potato vine in the center. Again, you're probably thinking 1 plant per pot. That seems a little crazy, but this sweet potato vine is going to get huge, cascade down the wall, and require a lot of watering. On either side of the sweet potato vine, I'm going to use this Lantana. This particular one is mango, and Lantana are sun lovers and drought resistant, so they're going to be perfect for that area. And then on either side of the Lantana, I'm going to have more Diachondra Silver Falls. I really love this plant, if you can't tell already. And these are big pots, so I'm going to do like I did in the other pots. I'm going to split them in half. So it's going to be a half a plant on either side of the Lantana, and I think that is going to be plenty for this hot, sunny area. So I'm going to go ahead and get those planted up. All right, got the wall all planted up. May put nasturtium seeds in here just to give a little bit of color, but I think that is going to be just fine. Now we need to move down here to these 2 main pots. All right, we're going to start with the smaller of the 2 large pots. I'm just going to repeat the same process that I have been doing by adding some fertilizer. So in this pot, I'm going to put, you can't really see a whole lot right now, but I'm hoping it will start growing a little bit faster now that it is in a larger pot and in the sun. So in the back of this planter, which is going to be the Thriller, I'm going to put an upright elephant ear. Right beside that, I'm going to put this purple pineapple flower lily. Let's see if I can get this out here without making too much of a mess. All right, and on the left side of this pot, I'm going to put a penta. This is a full sun plant. All of this area is in full sun. And then in the front, just to give a little bit of color, even though I know it's white, it does give a little something here. And this is also going to spell out over the edges. This is Scaevola. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. And now we're just going to move on over here. Do a little twist and turn. Just gonna move on over here to the other pot. All right, so in the back of this pot, I'm also going to put some more cannas, the same cannas that we had in the other pot. I have way too much stuff over here. On the left and right sides of this pot, I'm going to have this calla lily, which is already starting to bloom. Nice healthy roots there. Also going to add a cleome or spider flower. Again, really nice roots here. I'm just gonna pull on them just a little bit, just so they know they are no longer in that pot. And we're gonna add another penta and another scaevola. And just to pull in a similar plant that I have, or the same plant that I have in over by the window box, I'm also going to put another licorice plant. This is going to act as the spiller and just kind of unite this section with the section that we just planted up. All right, these are all finished and I think they look good. It's a little hard to visualize right now what it's going to look like, because some of the taller plants like the cannas and the upright elephant ear are kind of short, but I think everything is going to fill in here quite nicely. I am again gonna need to come back in here and water this in really well. So the next thing, or the next section, is I'm going to come back to this Sempervitum bowl that I planted up a little while ago while at the greenhouses. Actually, my mom got me these, but I found some amazing Sempervitums that are absolutely huge. This one is called Berry Bomb, and this one is called Cranberry Cocktail. And as you can see, there are multiple plants in each one of these pots, so I'm going to have to remove some of these stones and make room for these gigantic plants. This one is called Red Robin, and then this little guy down here is called the Green Wheel. He kind of looks like a little ball, which I thought was fun. So I may have to take out some of these green ones, definitely some of the stones, to make some room here for these new Sempervitums. All right, I finally got them all in. It took a little work. I am gonna have to come back in here with like a brush or something just to kind of knock some of this loose soil out that fell on the plant itself. But I think this looks amazing, and I am so happy I did not get one more Sempervitum, because I did have one in my hand and I knew there was absolutely no room. There are a few here of these green ones that I did not fit in, which I will gift to a friend. But overall, I think this looks great. While we're over here, and I already have a mess, I have this plant right here, which is a Mangave. I'm just going to put this plant into this pot and surround it with some more Silver Falls. Alright, the Mangave and the Silver Falls are in. Sempervitum are looking amazing. We do have one more pot here to do that's in the sun. I'm just going to put these eucalyptus in this pot right here, and that's going to go in the middle, and then I'm going to clean up, water, and then we'll take a look at the final product here. Alright, here is what everything looks like. Got everything planted and watered really well. These pots right here, I'm going to put some zinnia seeds in. Got the window boxes, not in the windows, but up on the wall. And I am very happy with the way this area looks over here. Especially this Sempervitum bowl. Also got the Mangave in with some Silver Falls coming out from the sides there. Alright guys, I think that is just about everything for today. Got all of the pots planted up that are in the sun section of my garden. And on the next video, I'm going to work on getting all of the shade pots planted up, and we'll be ready for summer. So I hope you are having a good spring slash summer. I'm not sure where we are right now. Wherever it is, I hope you're having a good time in your garden, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.